Hello all and welcome to video number 13, part 2. In this video I'm going to talk about essay number 2 topic proposal. This assignment is worth 25 points and it is due Sunday, March 14th by 11:59 p.m. on Blackboard. Same way you would submit any of your formal essays. I want to talk about the assignment. It's relatively shorter. It's not necessarily a formal essay. But the purpose of this assignment is to help you kind of think, so do some pre-writing, think about what news article you're reading, you're going to be analyzing, and also a example, kind of a thesis. So I can kind of help you and give you commentary on that thesis when you start to actually write your paper. You have a more focused idea where you're going if you're confused, and that's the purpose of this. So what you want to do in at least one double-spaced page, writing, still Times New Roman, full-point font, all that stuff. You want to explain what article you have chosen and describe your working thesis. So you can do like half and half. So if you want to spend half the page discussing the article and half the page discussing your thesis or kind of how you reach that point. You don't have to have like all the answers. You can also just have a working thesis and I can kind of help guide you towards that. But if you only just summarize the article and there's no thesis, you won't earn that full 25 points. That thesis needs to be there too. But think of this as a way to receive help before you kind of start your rough draft or as maybe you're writing your rough draft. Science assessment, it must be at least one double-spaced page. Must describe the article you've chosen and must explain in as specific details as possible what your working thesis is. We've done so far to reach that, so it kind of sounds like I could see your thinking. You can also look at this assignment. It's called essay number 2 extra help, also on the assignments page. I talked about this in the last video a little bit, but this is not assignment you have to do. It's optional, but if you are struggling to figure out what your thesis is, you definitely can do this. This is one of the inventions I have on for my other classes when I have a little bit more time. But a lot of these questions here are kind of meant to make your observations that I discuss in the essay number 2 video. So who is the audience? What is the purpose? Who's the author? Things like that. And you're not going to put all of these answers to these questions in your essay number 2, but what you would do is try to figure out what you want to analyze. And I talked about this in the last video, but at the bottom it asks for a thesis question and a thesis. So the thesis question will end up in your paper, but ideally the answer of your question would be your working thesis, which you could then maybe put in your topic proposal. So if you are struggling with your your topic proposal or your essay, this can be a really good place to look to start at. You don't have to email this to me. Maybe you should work on this to kind of help you brainstorm. If you want to send it to me, you can fill it out and email it to me as well. Just ask me for feedback and I can definitely do that. Kind of like before you do your topic proposal. But first you want to find a news article and then you can begin there. But this is for the topic proposal too. So if you notice on the schedule, that topic proposal is due on the 14th, March 14th, so it's right before spring break. And I will be commenting on those, as spring break is going on. And so you can get that feedback and ideally start working on your paper. And we'll have a week after spring break before we do a peer review. So let me know if you have any questions, the email, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Otherwise, have a good day.